Hi.
Good morning. Jacob and I want to come and talk to you about what happens when we set goals. So, goals can be big or small or, medium-sized. And I find that big goals are a little nerve-wracking. And what can happen when we set a big goal, the first thing that happens, to me at least, the first thing that happens is I become a little bit embarrassed. And this is internal. It's an internal feeling of, why do I think that I'm good enough to achieve that goal? What makes me think that I'm going to be able to do that? There's no way. That's so stupid. That's what happens when I set a goal. That's the first thing that pops into my head, especially if it's a big, audacious, hairy goal. We have a toddler trying to escape. Open, close. So that's what happens if it's a big, hairy goal, is you start to feel kind of like, what makes me think I am good enough for this? Because I'm surely not. The second thing that happens, at least to me, when I state my goal out loud, I get a whole bunch of crap for it. Like, why do you want to do that? Well, that sounds crazy. Listen, you're going to have to deal with toddler life while we're having this video. Why do you want to do that? And don't you want to spend, for example, if it's a weight loss goal, well, don't you want to spend more time with your kid? And what about your husband? What does he think about it? So I get so much crap, external crap, when you set a big goal. It's not just internal of, I kind of feel stupid for doing this. It's also external of people. And honestly, most of them are well-intentioned. Most of these people mean the best for you, but they worry for you. And so they come up with these negative things that can give you crap for your goals. They also ask, they ask why, and that makes you question your own goals. And this is at least for me. So when somebody says, well, why do you want to lose that amount of weight? You look fine. Or, why do you get up every morning to do your workout? That's so crazy. Don't you want your sleep? You're like, I kind of do want sleep, actually, now that you say that. Maybe this isn't the best goal. And you start to second guess yourself. And I just want you to know that that's okay. Like, that is a normal process of setting goals. And so I want to go over a couple of things like to do and not to do when these sorts of things happen. So the don'ts. 1, don't reduce your goal just because you're feeling embarrassed or ashamed, or because other people are making you question it. Don't diminish the great things that you know that you can do just because of these factors, okay? So if your goal is weight loss, don't say, my goal is to be in a size 2, and then say, I'm a size 12 right now. Maybe my goal is really just an 8. If your goal is a size 2, that's great. Stick to it. If that's really your goal, just because somebody else says something or your own internal, dialogue is putting you off, let it be. Stay with that big goal. The second thing, I hear a lot of people say, well, don't tell other people your goals because they're just going to, shoot you down. And I don't really agree with that. I think that perpetuates the negativity of the goal. So I think, tell all the people. Tell them. Be open about your goal. And guess what? You might fail on that goal, but who cares? Show me one person that hasn't failed on a goal, because I don't know one person that hasn't failed. Everybody fails. Who cares? Tell people your goal, okay? Do not keep it a secret, because that just makes you, exacerbates the thought process of this goal is stupid. And it's not a stupid goal. It's just a big, hairy, audacious goal. It doesn't make it stupid. The third, don't qualify it. This is where my downfall, okay? When people say, for example, if my goal is I'm running this side business, right? If my goal is to eventually have this be my full-time business, I might say to people, well, it's so that I can stay home with my kid more. Or, well, it's so, I can have a bigger income, or I can donate to charity, or I can spend more time in church, or you don't need to qualify it. If your goal is to lose weight, or if your goal is to make more money, or if your goal is to spend more time with your kids, listen, There doesn't have to be a reason. You could just do something or want to do something because you want to do it. That's perfect enough reason. And so I find myself when people say, oh, that's a weird goal, or are you sure? Like, don't you want to spend more time with this? Or don't you want to do this? Or I would never want to do that. It's like, okay. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. This is my goal. I'm not going to qualify my goal. I'm not going to tell you the reasoning behind my goal. I'm not going to sit here and justify all of these things that are going to be better once I reach my goal. This is my goal, and that's it. So let's talk about two of the things that you should do. One, acknowledge this uncertainty feeling. Just because your goal is big and you have these feelings of, I'm not really good enough for this. Why do I think that I can do this? And all of these other people are maybe coming at you with things that you feel almost a little attacked by. Acknowledge that. That's part of it. That's part of having a goal. This isn't to say diminish it. This isn't to say reduce your goal. Just acknowledge that you're feeling it and move forward. Move past it. Okay, I'm feeling that. That's it. That's part of it. I know I'm on the right track. The second thing, this is me because I am like as stubborn as a mule. I use other people's external dialogue as my internal monologue. So if somebody says to me, you really want to be a size 2? Is it really worth that? Or, I don't know about all that. That on the days that I don't want to do something, that's what I use. Remember that person that told you that this was not worthy? That's the reason that I'm doing this today. So I turn it around, flip it around, use it for the positive. So I just really want to encourage you today, if you have this goal that's maybe kind of in the back of your mind, eating away, like, I really want this goal. Go for it. Go for that goal and realize that all of these things are going to happen. That you might feel silly, that you might get questioned, that people might, at first, especially people might say to you that goal is not worthy, or people might diminish you. I can't tell you how many times people say, you don't need to be a size 2, you're a mom. That can be after he goes to college, you can work on your health. You can wait, you can spend more time with him. I spend plenty of time with him, trust me. So love your goals, stick to your goals. Do not realize that you might feel this way, and just be cool with it. Just realize it's part of it and use that as motivation. So I encourage you today to tell somebody what your goal is. Think about your goal, really set it for yourself, and then tell somebody what it is. If you don't have anybody you want to tell me. I like goals. Tell me. All right. Well, I will see you next time. Bye. Go set some goals. Bye.